Veggie Talk. We did it.
We did it.
We did it.
We got here.
4 episodes.
4 long episodes have got us here.
3, and this is going to be 4, right?
It's been a long day.
Yeah. We did it. They said it couldn't be done.
But ladies and gentlemen,
We've done it.
Veggie Talk, 4 episodes. This is the 4th one.
Wow, it's an honor to be here.
It took a lot. It took a lot to get here.
A lot of persistence.
Yeah,
a lot of vegetables.
A lot of, talks with investors, late nights, drawing up set designs.
Oh, look at that. Wow, we really went all out this time.
Yeah, I'm surprised we could afford that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And him.
No ants on it or anything.
Yeah.
It's looking good. Looking good.
For those of us for those of you out there,
People
out there, thank you for sticking around for 4 episodes now.
Yeah, we wouldn't be this far without
Yeah.
our fans.
Thank you, Emily. But I mean, I'm happy that we made it this far. I thought we were going to get canceled after episode 2, after you had that whole, nationalist tirade.
Well, sometimes you think you can make the CPAC run, but it doesn't happen. Didn't get the call back from Fox.
But at this point, we're a rogue podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We're big on pirate radio. I went up on the roof, put up the
That's what
antenna.
that dish is doing up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Held up with duct tape and the American dream.
Yeah, dream. Yep.
We're not big on Spotify, on Google Podcasts,
No, but truckers everywhere.
Castbox.
They're loving us.
We should do what's the trucker radio?
The FM radio?
No, what is
Or
it?
ham radio?
Yeah, we should do a ham radio podcast where we have truckers call in.
Uh-huh. We get our own trucker code names.
Yeah. You'd be Bean.
Why?
You like beans?
We won't have to do vegetable themed. We could just be like
But
Big
this is
Larry
vegetable themed. This is fucking vegetable themed.
Yeah, but I mean, look at these other episodes where we've brought up vegetables.
Bell
That's
peppers?
true, right?
Or fruit.
Those were the days.
That was a classic.
Yep.
Uh,
So what are we talking about today, Jesse?
well, I want to hear from you. What is in front of us?
Those look like little itty bitty baby cabbages.
What would you normally call this vegetable?
A little itty bitty baby cabbage.
What is its actual name?
It's a sprout of some type,
But what
grown
kind
in
of sprout?
Brussels, right?
So what would you call it?
I'd call it a little itty bitty baby Brussels sprout.
I'm sorry. What? Say that again.
Little itty bitty baby Brussels sprout.
Brussels sprout.
Brussels sprout.
Brussels sprout. Because if I remember correctly, the city of Brussels has an S at the end.
Yeah.
I don't know how long I've been saying Brussels sprout.
Well, I mean, it carries over with the S and sprout, so I think you can really just
I would
Brussels
say
sprout.
70% of people mispronounce it because it comes from Brussels.
You just throwing out any statistic there? I didn't see you read it from your card, so it sounds like you kind of made that up on the spot.
Oh, I didn't write anything on this. Shit.
Man.
Oh, this is gonna.
We got a good guy for that.
This is gonna be a bad episode. If you'd like to PA for Veggie Talk, please reach out. We don't have an extra camera or an extra microphone for you.
So if you can bring your phone,
Bring your phone.
we'll hook it up.
Bring.
We want to plug the email right now?
No, I think we wait to plug the email.
Okay.
We don't want to be
We don't wanna
overbearing. We don't
plug
want
it
to be
too, so
like.
we look desperate.
Yeah.
So Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts. Yeah.
So it's kind of like, it's not champagne unless it's created in Champagne, France.
Exactly.
So they're not Brussels sprouts unless they're grown in Brussels.
Sure.
Germany, right?
Yeah. Can we look that up? Go ahead and look that.
Oh,
Belgium.
Belgium.
Yeah. That's. Yeah.
You know.
Brussels is in Belgium. They don't originally come from Belgium or Brussels
So why did they take the name?
because they got big in Brussels.
Oh.
It's like they were kind of like growing around in the Mediterranean Europe area. People were kind of, wishy-washy about it, and then it hits Belgium. It's Brussels sprout mania. They're spreading everywhere. You can't go 2 steps without tripping on a Brussels sprout.
Little cabbages.
They just love their little cabbages. They got a lot of hamsters to feed, and it's so cute. And they're just nibbling with their tiny hands.
What just occurred to me is we got a green screen, and these are green.
That'll be fine.
It'd be really silly if it wasn't working.
It's like, why is there just like a bunch of ants on their table? What's the city of Brussels on their table?
We got a big setup here.
Yeah.
So they originate in the Mediterranean.
Yeah, kind of northern. This is the first vegetable we have that really has no business being anywhere near South America. This is we're finally
moving on the globe.
We're moving somewhere else. And Christopher Columbus had nothing to do with Brussels sprouts.
This is not a safe space for Christopher Columbus.
Yeah, you
Fuck
are
that guy.
Unwelcome in our Brussels sprout.
Yeah, no more shall he reign over this podcast.
Yeah. Now a French colonizer brought it to Louisiana, but I don't know that guy's name. But Christopher Columbus, fuck you.
Fuck you. Fuck him.
Yeah,
now, what do you think it would become if he did colonize it, though? Do you think we would have gotten... Would these have made it to Africa?
I think these would have made it to Africa.
Because to this day, right, these have not made it to all of Africa
As
yet.
far as I asked Africa,
Yeah.
I don't think they really have Brussels sprouts over there. I think if Christopher Columbus did bring them to the other parts of the world, they'd be called like Columbo sprouts.
Actually kind of like that.
Chrissy's little cabbages. But Europe and Brussels, they started to get really big in Belgium around the 13th century. Okay. So that's 1200 to 1299.
For those at home.
For those at home. And then I assume some dude from Brussels was like, these are Brussels sprouts. Which is like kind of presumptuous to name it after your city.
Well, how do we know that it was one dude that named it after his city and not somebody went to Brussels when Brussels sprouts were big there, and then he went back and he's like, I was eating these things in Brussels. And they're like, what do they call them? They're like sprouts from Brussels. Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, but that's like if you come visit Los Angeles and you eat corn here, and then you go back to Mississippi and you're like, I have some great LA corn.
Okay, well...
And then for the rest of your life and human history, everyone in that town whenever there's corn.
So it's more plausible that one guy in Brussels named it Brussels sprouts. I don't know if I buy that.
I mean, one guy invented bell peppers. Yeah, remember that? True. Remember that from the previous episode?
Yeah.
That was a good one.
That's good episodes.
Yeah, so they got really big in Brussels, Belgium. This is a big episode because Brussels sprouts are the species Brassica oleracea, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that is, as you know.
Yeah.
And that species is also the same species where we get most of the healthy vegetables, where you get broccoli, cauliflower, kale, cabbage, mustard, kohlrabi. We'll get to that. That'll be a late episode. That'll be like the 50th episode. Will be
Season
kohlrabi.
6.
Yeah, when we really have to start going to the bottom of the vegetable barrel. But it's all the same thing, just bred for different traits.
Interesting.
Like I was bred to be short.
Really?
You were bred.
Your parents.
Yeah.
They planned that.
When my mom and dad were dating, they told me they specifically searched in the dance clubs of the early 70s for the shortest people, and they were both the shortest people
we
there.
Can't be running a basketball team in this house. I can't.
We're
not doing that.
My dad didn't want to pay for extra ceiling, so he's like, we need the smallest.
We need to be able to hide stuff on the fridge.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I got a lot of like toxic chemicals. I got to keep these things out of this. I can't have a 6'4" child shoot out of my 4-foot wife.
I like the idea of Brussels sprouts being bred differently than other versions of that plant, because it's almost like a D&D character. Like, how are you building your cabbage? I'm going mage route.
It really is a build your own cabbage situation. Do you want big leaves, small leaves? Do you want just like a fucked up face on one? Do You want one to taste like fish? Do you want? These are leaf buds. The Brussels sprout was bred so that the buds of the leaves, which is before the leaves grow out into big boys, they're tight little balls, and so Brussels sprouts were bred so that these tight little balls were delicious.
I'm sorry, tight little what?
Balls.
Tight little
Balls. Brussels sprouts.
I know a little guy with tight little balls. They're coming off soon.
We'll bring him on later. They are coming off soon.
They're coming off.
We understand.
We have a voucher.
We have a discount. We have a discount neuter voucher.
We'll bring them up later.
Yeah, we should get the doctor on this podcast. Who's gonna neuter him?
Can we get a photo of the tight little balls, please?
That's not gonna get around YouTube censors.
No, we'll censor it beforehand.
Yeah. Can we put up a blurred image, please?
I like Brussels sprouts, though.
Oh, I love Brussels sprouts.
They're great. I think they get a bad rap for no reason, really. Because to me, they're like the bad guys of the vegetable world when you're watching a movie.
Definitely.
Like, it's like broccoli and Brussels sprouts. Or your kid character never likes them. They stick their nose up.
Yeah, it's like... It's the most vilified. Brussels sprouts are the most oppressed vegetable.
I'd agree. I'm sure a lot of people are going to maybe skip over this episode because they're like,
they're disgusted at the S at the end. Brussels, they don't like that.
Yeah.
And I consider Brussels sprouts to almost be like hard mode of vegetables because if done poorly, they are kind of gross.
Yeah.
If you cook them too long, if you don't do it right, they get that really bitter kind of.
How are you cooking them? Because I've really only ever baked them. And they come out beautiful every time.
Well, they're very versatile. You can boil them.
I think that's what you want to avoid.
I think
boiling anything is usually just not the way to go.
You can, they take a nice sear. You can shred them into a raw salad. Throw a little lemon juice, maybe a little Thousand Island dressing.
Yeah,
I don't know, but that would be good.
No,
you can eat them a lot of ways, but you see the characteristic chemical in Brussels sprouts is what the fuck is I got two chemicals written down, but remember
written down. I thought there was nothing on that.
Cut that.
Consistency.
Is the glucosinolates. Now, I remember learning about this in college because I took a Brussels sprouts class, and there was a whole glucosinolate unit.
So glucose is like a sugar.
Yeah.
And what was the other?
Sinolate.
And
that's like when you do something God didn't like.
Okay.
Like if you go to a strip club, you're sinolating. So it's like, it's really...
Sugar thinning.
It's sugar that's so good is bad.
Okay.
That's what it means. And that's what's responsible for that mustardy, bitter kind of intense flavor that all these, broccoli and all these things have. It's pretty high. There's a lot of it in Brussels sprouts. And the thing is, the glucosinolates don't really activate unless you cook it too long. So that's why overcooked Brussels sprouts are a little gross, a little like
it brings out the stanky
a little like
stank.
a fart in the back of your throat, you know.
Well, because they do have a little stank to it.
Yeah,
I don't find it off-putting particularly, but I think it's because I don't overcook them.
Yeah, I've definitely noticed a spectrum when I eat. Sometimes a Brussels sprout is like a fresh like a summer's day.
Yeah,
and sometimes it's
spry,
stanky, like when the dog pooped in this studio a couple hours ago.
I mean, he was spooked.
He was pretty spooked. Yeah,
but I do love me some Brussels sprouts. Do a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper.
And they're the biggest frozen vegetable. One of the reasons that they popped off, and they're in the US, they're grown, the highest concentration of them is grown in California. Ooh. And that's all like 80% for the frozen food industry.
But isn't that like most vegetables are grown in California in the United States? Like, don't we have like a huge agriculture?
Well, yeah. I mean, the middle of California is like one farm tended by like one dude. But Brussels sprouts are really big in California. I think we also have a lot of strawberries and garlic.
Abobabos.
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 Abobabos. Avocabos.
Abobabos. Abobabo.
Almonds. Ooh. California almonds, as you know.
But we're here for these dandy little boys.
Yeah, we're here for Brussels sprouts.
And, I'm glad. It's like hometown pride knowing that like,
I know, yeah.
I like Brussels sprouts.
Representing our roots.
Yeah.
I didn't really eat a lot of Brussels sprouts growing up. It wasn't until later that I tend to prefer the frozen ones.
Really?
I in my experience, the frozen ones don't have as much of that, sinful sugary glucosinolate
It's
pain.
just flash frozen right out of them.
Yeah.
I had Brussels sprouts a lot growing up, but my mom would cook them with bacon and then like the bacon fat and everything.
Oh, that's good.
Which was really good. So I thought that later in life, because like now I'm vegetarian,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, maybe I won't like Brussels sprouts because they don't have the bacon fat. But no, these things still go hard as fuck.
Yeah.
I do love Brussels sprouts.
No, I do miss, as a fellow vegetarian, frying up a little pancetta or bacon for those, with a Brussels sprout is really heavenly. I made a couple real fancy dinners involving that, and now I'm just boiling them.
Why are you boiling?
I need to
stop boiling.
Sorry.
Stuff. You boil things for like the dog, right? Because it's like he doesn't know.
My entire life, growing up, we had one dog, Taco, and Taco for my whole childhood, my parents just like boiled a chicken breast for him, and fed him boiled chicken breast, and it wasn't until
Taco was a female dog.
her, yeah.
Well, we got to get these things
Pretty
right, man.
unfortunate name for a woman. Taco.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until like literally 2 weeks ago where I was like, why didn't they just buy dog food?
Oh, she didn't have straight up dog food?
Like
She just
occasionally
ate
they'd give her
chicken breast?
kibble, but most of my memory is boiling unseasoned chicken breast in foamy chicken
Yeah, that's
water.
disgusting.
Like, why? That's like one of those weird 90s things where people were like when dog poop was white.
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about the other day. Like, you remember just going outside, walking around the neighborhood, and you just see white dog poop everywhere? Dog poop's not white like it used to be.
And I hadn't thought about it, but yeah, all dog poop used to look like bones on the ground.
These white nationalists, they're complaining about white erasure out there, but nobody's bringing up the erasure of white dog poop, which I think dog poop's not white anymore because there used to be a lot of like ground up bones inside of dog
They're
food.
putting like screws and nails in the dog food.
But I'm pretty sure the standards got upped for like what dog food should contain food. So
Yeah.
I think that's the reason. So I don't miss seeing white
Yeah.
dog poop at all, but it's just, it's like a relic of the past. Like my kids aren't going to understand when I bring up, well, I used to see white dog poop. And they're like, poop doesn't come in other shades.
Yeah.
It's red and brown.
If you're the cats that live outside, it's bright red.
It's like red velvet.
It's like, yeah.
These street cats are just built different.
Yeah.
It is very cabbage-like when you start
Yeah,
to
they're
open
tiny
it up.
little cabbages.
Yeah. Dude, don't hurt yourself. Crack a crown.
That's pretty satisfying. Yeah, and it's got that like if you really stick your nose in a raw Brussels sprout that you've bit, it smells very similar to when you walk in to a room that someone's been smoking weed in 2 hours ago. Or like
Takes you back to your college days.
someone left like a put out joint like inside your pillowcase. What the fuck is that? A lot of these vegetables have that kind of like skunky, weedy sort of smell. Probably the glucosinolates.
You think?
I also wrote sulforaphane, but I didn't write down what that is.
Well, we can use reading comprehension and context clues.
Well, so there's sulfur.
There's sulfur. So that's, as we discussed in a lot of mythology, that's what demons leave behind, right? Sulfur. Demons.
Comes from demons.
So, demon, what?
Fane.
Fane. Fane is to like fake, right?
Yeah.
So it's like
It's like a fake ass.
it's like faking you out when it's out in the wild and it doesn't want to be eaten by like a crow.
Yeah.
It puts out this fake sulfur odor. So the crow's like, oh, I ain't fucking with no demons.
Well, that. Yo, fuck that. That is what crows sound like.
Yeah, you ever heard crow talk?
Yeah.
At least LA crows. I don't know about like Montana. what
Yeah,
crows are
Wisconsin
like.
crows are just like, man. No, that's the same voice.
Maybe they are all the same.
Yeah. But you're actually onto something there, because the glucosinolates and I assume the sulforaphane, the reason they make these is the same reason that peppers make capsaicin. It's a
deterrent
It's
of
a
some type.
deterrent because
Yeah.
it doesn't want shit eating it, and it's
Oh, does that backfire in like every instance?
exactly. It's more specifically, it's called a secondary metabolite, and everything that we love as people and as a society, everything is a secondary metabolite. Caffeine, nicotine, cocaine,
Pineapple juice.
pineapple juice, opium, fucking Brussels sprouts. It's all secondary metabolites. It's plants just saying, "Don't eat us," and we're not
and
listening.
we're like, oh, dude, keep going.
Dude, I'm gonna eat you. I'm
Stop.
going to eat you.
Stop.
It's gonna happen.
Don't.
I'm the vegetable.
But it is ironic that no plant has good defenses against us,
Yeah.
except like the thorns on roses
Or like a Venus flytrap.
or I don't. If you're a fly, I've never been like, I'm gonna eat this Venus flytrap, and then it closes. I'm like,
Oh,
no!
shucks. I'm not gonna eat a rose either.
Yeah,
What are those big plants? They're like a pod.
pitcher pots.
The pitcher pods, where like the
plants.
mice fall into it and they start to dissolve.
Yeah, like mice and big spiders can. Yeah, pitcher plots are fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Pitcher
Pitcher
pots.
pods.
Can we get?
Pods full of pitchers. Pitcher pods.
God, this is gonna be so much work to edit.
No, it's not. You mean a bait. You just gotta find the video. I'll find videos.
I can't read any of this.
Let me see.
Hold on.
I got a master's. Come on. Does that say unicorn?
Yeah.
Unicorn, 4 petals, form cross.
Yeah. So Brussels sprouts.
Dude, type this shit.
What I'm gonna print something out?
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I don't. This is scuffed.
Yeah, Brussels sprouts are part of the cruciferous group, and everything that's brassica oleracea is a cruciferous plant.
Again in English, please.
Well, it's just cruciferous. That's just what it's called, and it's
Oh,
because
got him.
like broccoli and cabbage and all that. It's called cruciferous because
Keep saying it.
when Jesus was crucified, these are all the vegetables he had in his pockets. Because when they were walking him to the hill, he was grabbing everything he could because he's like, I'm going to be on that cross for a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's why we call these cruciferous vegetables. And they originated, Brussels sprouts originally in ancient Rome.
Rome, I was waiting.
Yeah.
Really? So you're telling me that Romans invented the Brussels sprouts?
I am saying that Romans invented Brussels sprouts.
Wow. So why aren't they called Roman sprouts? I guess history lost that.
Well,
fact.
I mean, they spoke Latin, so they were probably called like Bud.
We can just superimpose
Whatever Latin
over
sounds
it.
like. I don't really know what
Yeah.
Latin sounds like.
Man, that sucks though. Like, because Jesus was crucified like this.
Yeah, he
So he
couldn't-
couldn't reach into was it a pocket or a pouch?
It was probably a little pouch.
pouch.
But I mean, he would have lasted a lot longer on that cross had he been able to reach.
he's running off these bad boys.
Yeah, these Brussels sprouts are very nutritionally dense.
Really?
All the cruciferous vegetables are. That's why eat your broccolis,
Mm-hmm.
eat your kales. They're all super. They're all just. They got so much veg.
And they're so fun to eat.
Yeah.
You can do so many different ways.
But-
So what do these bad boys have in them? Like, if I just eat them
Well,
all
I
the
mean-
time, will I live?
Yeah, you could live off these. These are one of the few vegetables that have like a reasonable amount of protein in them. More than bell peppers, more than green onions.
What are we talking about?
I don't remember, but there is like under the nutrition facts,
Thoroughly researched podcast.
under protein it said yes.
They do have protein.
They got
We're unsure. Look it up on. We can't do all the work here. Look it up at home.
they got a lot of vitamin C and K, as we know from previous. We know those. We've heard those words before. Like a lot of potassium and manganese.
Manganese.
They got a lot of phytonutrients and anti-cancer nutrients and glucosinolates. They're really a powerhouse. They're loaded. Don't overcook them.
Don't overcook them. That's the biggest no-no of the night.
And what Brussels sprouts they don't have like the most of this, but they do have iron in them.
Ooh.
And you want to know what happens if you eat too much iron?
Do you go kaputs?
You go kaputs. So it's that time again.
Okay.
How many Brussels sprouts?
Can we do a fun tally? How many Brussels sprouts will it take to kill you? Kill you.
One, two, to
Kill you. How many Brussels sprouts will it take to kill you? Jesse, what's the number? It's green for me.
30,000.
Holy shit.
Now, I definitely did the calculation wrong.
Okay, walk me through it.
It's just
Can we put the calculation up there too?
I don't want to show my work
I would love to
because I
see
didn't
it.
show my work on the paper.
Oh.
We can go ahead and put it up.
Can we just get like Khan Academy footage up there?
But so there's a couple smidges, dashes of iron per Brussels sprout.
Okay.
And
Not a lot, just a
not a lot.
little
just a
little
smidge.
pinch.
And
Is he licking his tight little balls?
he's licking his tight little balls.
Yeah, not for long.
60 milligrams per kilogram of person. 60 milligrams of iron.
You lost me.
So you have 60 milligrams. If you're a 1 kilogram person,
So if a Brussels sprout's leaving Belgium at 8:30 in the morning,
so I believe it was 4.2 grams of iron if you're a 150 pound man
okay,
or woman, will cause iron toxicity. And there's just, if you multiply that, if you divide the smidge of iron that's in one Brussels sprout, you end up with exactly 30,000 Brussels sprouts to cause severe iron toxicity. And when you have iron toxicity, your intestines start to just kind of explode.
Oh.
And then eventually it builds up in your brain. And it's like, man, I'm out of here.
Does the brain just stop working? Or does
just-
it also
it just-
explode?
Well, one causes the other. It explodes, causing
Oh.
it to stop working.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
You didn't specify that it exploded as well. You could have just like shut down.
But yeah, like 30,000, and I'm sure there's other things in Brussels sprouts that you're not going to make it to 30,000, just volume wise.
Yeah.
I think-
because we're talking like one sitting. There's no way.
Yeah.
But what if you space it out over like a week?
Yeah, that'll still get you. Because, it's going to build up. Iron is going to build up in your cells.
Is it like 5,000 a day for a week?
Yeah. I mean, that's doable.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, what? One of these are big, actually. These are really big.
We'll get smaller ones.
Yeah. I like that bite, though.
That was a lot smoother than the last bite you took. I'm really excited. I want to make these for dinner tonight.
Yeah.
We'll just throw them in the...
Hey, guys, just a quick update. The Brussels sprouts were delicious.
Just because we do a podcast together doesn't mean we need to talk.
the oven.
Don't touch too many of them.
Well, I have a pile over there of the ones I dropped on the floor, so we'll just rewash those ones. Well, actually, I didn't drop them. The mic fell and it pushed the pile.
Yeah.
So I'm not at fault.
No, our low budget set
It's
and
the-
poor work ethic
It's
is
the
at
PA
fault.
that came by.
Yeah. I'll get him.
You got it. Simon's being a little rowdy right now. He is naked right now, so do we want to show him?
We've got a naked puppy here.
Hi, Simon.
Ooh, he's energetic.
Hey, what are you doing?
What do you? He likes my beard oil. Oh, I don't like that! All right, let's put these away.
Why is he just wet all the time?
So one thing with Brussels sprouts that people have written in telling us the experience is Brussels sprouts make you fart.
They do.
They do.
Not
make you
just a
fart.
regular fart.
It's a Brussels fart.
Brussels fart.
Yeah, it's like a known thing. I feel like I have memories of my dad going, coming into my room unannounced, not knocking, going, Brussels sprouts are always making me fart. I eat 2 of those. Your mom's kicking me out of the bed. I'm sleeping on the couch.
And then he leaves and doesn't close your
He
door.
leaves and doesn't close the door. For those who are comparing the first shot on the podcast to the last shot, the camera is slightly different now, isn't it?
Simon was dragging a toy.
I wonder if that's because of a misbehaved puppy.
And I wouldn't say he's misbehaving. He was trying to get his toy,
He
which
doesn't
was right behind
understand
the camera.
what we're live means.
Well, he doesn't understand anything.
Yeah,
He's little.
he is little.
He's little. You can't bring him up here to look all cute, do a little photo op, and then be mad at him.
Yeah, if you don't handle Simon at his baddest, you don't deserve him at his puppiest.
There you go.
Brussels sprouts make you fart.
Yeah, and it's broccoli does too, right? And that would make
Yes.
sense because
Same.
it's the same thing. So
Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna be experiencing that later tonight when we cook these baddies up.
Yeah, we're gonna stank it up. Now there's a reason for this, and in discovering this, I was thinking about the beautiful unity of fart causing agents on our planet. You see, there's a chemical in Brussels sprouts called raffinose. Raffinose. And raffinose is an indigestible sugar that is in
A glucose?
a glucose.
I'm learning so much.
It's in Brussels sprouts, and your body can't handle it. You know, it's like putting me behind a manual transmission car. It's just gonna stall on the freeway. Everyone's gonna be upset about it. Your body can't digest raffinose, and animals with one stomach can't digest raffinose.
So you telling me like a cow could?
A cow could, because
Okay.
they got those 4 stomachs,
So
baby.
at what point does it start to break it down?
In which stomach?
Yeah.
I
I don't expect you to know
No,
that.
I did learn that. I took a class on cow stomachs, and
What classes did you take?
I was in college for 18 years. I'm 42. They got some fermentation. They got some different bacteria in one of the stomachs. There's just like a dude with a mortar and pestle just sitting in there, and
Just another set of teeth.
yeah, you can't digest it. And when you and guess what else makes you fart?
A chemical?
Beans.
Beans. I don't know if you wanted like a specific answer.
Yeah, I should stop asking you these rhetorical questions.
Because I don't have a thing.
Can we get him a thing?
Jesse, we don't have a PA.
We can't keep doing this joke.
Can we get him a thing?
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I got my thing.
Thank
All
you,
right, so
thank
we're
you,
good.
yeah.
Thanks.
So beans also have raffinose in them. And know what they say about beans?
Beans. The more you eat,
The harder
beans, the magical fruit. The more you eat, the more you toot.
That's what we always did on the playground.
Yeah.
You go, and the last kid that stops gets the shit kicked out of him. It was called Bean Fuck You. That was the game we played.
Get the bean boy.
Beat up the bean kid. Hey, he didn't fart as long as we did. Kick his ass. Kick his fucking ass.
What are you kids doing out here?
God, my life growing up as the bean boy, it's like I got so much trauma from it. I was always the bean boy.
I got
getting-
bean-shaped bruises.
Getting the beans bopped out of me.
I can see the effects.
Oh, fuck. So beans also have raffinose in them, and that's why you fart. So everything that's making you fart is because of this one raffinose motherfucker.
Really? So every single time I fart, it's because I got that?
Every time you fart, it's because of raffinose. And Beano, the little drops you put to
Yeah.
prevent farts,
Yeah.
they have an enzyme that breaks down specifically raffinose. They have some other stuff, but they have an enzyme that's meant to break down raffinose.
That's interesting to know that, like, that's why I can't stop farting.
Exactly.
And I do be farting.
Yeah.
You hear these cheeks clapping 24/7.
they're-
I had to fart earlier. I held it in.
They're-
I didn't want to ruin the
That's not good for you.
spectacular. Well, make sacrifices for art.
Your butt's flapping like a flag in a windy day.
It should be.
And it's at
But
half
I'm not letting it. Are you trying to fart?
Brussels sprouts are... This is for the first time we're going into European folk medicine, you know. There's not African folk medicine, not South American shamans. We got some European folk medicine. It's mostly cabbages, but it's the same thing.
That was super prevalent, cabbages.
Yeah.
People lived off cabbages
And
for...
you would just make a cabbage
years.
paste, and it was supposed to stop inflammation. Like you grind up.
It's
some
supposed
cabbage.
to.
That's the thing with all these folk medicines.
I mean, a third of their population did die to the plague. So I'm sure really nothing they had helped with anything.
And they were, probably eating cabbages through that whole thing. It wasn't doing nothing.
It might have made things worse.
Yeah, but if you have stomach ulcers, a little cabbage juice, take that right away.
Although cabbage juice doesn't sound good.
Yeah, also doesn't sound like a real thing. Like I don't think you can juice a cabbage.
Yeah, you put it in the blender with some ice cubes, put it on high.
Yeah, there's no like
Blend it up.
what's coming out. You get like 2 drops of juice for 48 cabbages.
Yeah, he's, you know? Because they probably just had buckets that they
They're
squeezed
just
it over.
juicing it by hand, like
Maybe they did it like grapes, where you stomp on them to make the wine.
even then stomping on cabbages. You got to be like,
Well, there is some water to it.
no, dude, this is as far as I'm concerned, this is as hard as a rock. It's like rock juice.
Can't even bite into it. I'm gonna wash that after.
Yeah. So they're all really anti-inflammatory. A lot of the cruciferous vegetables, people are like anti-cancer, like antioxidant type stuff. I don't know how much like actual research there is in any of that, but at the end of the day, they're good for you. Eat your vegetables.
I think that's the main takeaway here.
Yeah, I would hate for someone to be a fan of this podcast, this Veggie Talk podcast, come away from it after season 1 being like, I'm going to eat less vegetables.
Yeah, you'd have to be an insane person. You'd have to be just set out on a path for self-destruction to want to do that.
Yeah, to listen to our podcast, like you would just,
Yeah.
yeah, you have to hate yourself.
You really would. Thanks for watching, Emily. Jesus.
My stomach hurts now.
Have you had a chance to look at any viewer mail that might have come in yet?
I have not. I did see that the inbox is really starting to pile up. I just haven't had the motivation
Could we look at it?
to go through it. Sure.
No, not like fake and post. Can we look at it right now?
There's none. There's nothing.
How do you know?
I checked it.
When?
Not that one. Okay, I'll go check it. You want me
I
to check
want
it?
to know.
I'll go check
We
it.
might have something.
I'll go check it.
What? Do you want me to sign in on my phone? We can check it right here.
I don't remember what the password is.
It's probably like vegetable 9.
Okay. Can we get the celebratory ding ding doot 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 bop?
Ding ding doot 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 about.
We have a viewer write an email.
We do.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's it from? Who's it from?
Our good friend James.
James. Okay.
James writes in, please do a lettuce episode on lettuce. I want to see lettuce on this lettuce podcast. Love y'all.
Hey, James. Thanks for the suggestion. So, actually, this isn't a lettuce podcast.
Yeah.
It's a vegetable podcast.
And the problem, we've addressed it before. The problem is that lettuce has been outlawed in California.
Yes.
So we're not going to break the law. We're not going to go out of our way.
We have been looking into studio space in Arizona. Might
Yeah.
take a drive over there.
It's not only a tax haven, but it's a lettuce haven. So
We're working out the logistics of it. We don't want to promise anything now. That's why we typically don't talk about vegetables. that are
Yeah, we don't
coming up.
usually like to bring it up.
But,
it's a sore spot. I didn't vote for the guy that made it illegal.
Yeah.
I think it's a botched election. And I'm going to show up at the Capitol building.
But anyway, thanks for writing in. We appreciate the feedback.
Yeah.
Even though it's wrong.
I think maybe it's the raffinose, maybe if it's the glucosinolate. I literally feel like I'm having an allergic reaction. Like my
Really? Is that why you drink so much water?
no, but like my nose is starting to run and my throat's getting like phlegmy. So maybe he's taking a bite of a raw Brussels sprout isn't a good idea.
I mean, I did this, and
Maybe I'm allergic to glucosinolate.
you could be. Let those farts out, man. Let them
Let me
free.
just unbutton this. If you
You
were
do look a little sweaty.
if you're a medical professional, please come to the podcast studio right now to let me know that I'm gonna be fine.
You want me to call your girlfriend?
No.
If you're Aileen, can you come over, please?
She's a doctor.
Well, I mean, she's going to be in med school,
Yeah.
but it's as good as we get.
But thank you, James, for the write-in thing that you said.
Yeah, and if you would like to
Reach out to the podcast
write into us
at
Veggie Talk Podcast
at Gmail. Say it at the same time. If you say it before me, that they can't understand it.
I'm saying it after.
But say it at the same
I'm
time.
echoing
If
in
it's-
case they
but
didn't
it's
hear it
hard
the
to
first
understand
time.
If you say it, you would say it at the same time.
Okay,
Otherwise,
well, we practiced it the other way.
1, 2, 3. Veggie Talk Podcast at gmail.com. Okay, that was good.
Where did
That
you
was
want me to
better.
look?
That was better, but I want you to do it better next time. I want you to follow my lead. Do it at the same time as me. Okay.
More or less reverb.
Less reverb. I don't know how you're adding reverb to your voice.
Just, okay,
Let's do a take, but your voice is going to have a lot of distortion added in, okay? Veggie Talk Podcast at gmail.com. That was scary. How did you do that with your voice, dude?
Well, I did some vocal training back in
That was
2016.
that was the year you wanted to be a singer.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this
Are you going to be able to continue, or do we need to do
I'm
some
fine.
kind of
I'm
wacky
gonna have
ending
to
here?
edit all the sniffles out. Well, what should the viewer write-in question be this week?
Well, I mean, I think we've been doing a lot of reflecting here today. It's
Yeah.
the 4th episode special. So
Remember? That was a fun one.
It was.
That was a good one.
yeah, I think they should write in and let us know some of their favorite moments from over the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, rewatch all the episodes, please.
Yeah.
Put them on when you're sleeping, on repeats.
Get the view counts up.
We're on Spotify,
We are.
We're on
Spotify.
Stitcher, maybe.
Are we going to be on the new Donald Trump social media network?
I keep reaching out, but he just keeps asking me to donate. So I think it's like a paywall.
We'll
Pay to win.
We'll make some calls.
Yeah.
We'll try to get on there.
But let us know what your favorite Veggie Talk moment was, and
Here's mine.
and
Here's mine. Well, you didn't like that one?
oh no, I didn't like that one at all. I was actually in cardiac arrest in that moment.
Oh.
Yeah, I was actively dying.
Oh, shoot.
My blood flow had stopped.
Is that why you just, left?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Please write in also in a separate email to get those email counts up. What you're actually, you know what? Please comment down below the lyrics to your favorite Steely Dan song.
And if you have any complaints with the podcast, please show up to
Man, this guy's saying our address out loud. What's he think? He's freaking crazy. I'm gonna show up.
California 9004.
There's a planter box out front. And tell us what you think of us.
What more fantastic facts do you have?
Brussels sprouts is Great Britain considers Brussels sprouts to be their national vegetable, which feels appropriate as far as British culture is
yeah,
stereotyped
but
as.
are they calling it Brussels sprouts? Because that's a little weird. If they were called British sprouts,
Yeah, like calling something else, like they're just taking ownership of it when it's even in the name, it's not
Yeah.
yours.
it's like if a California condor was the state bird of Florida.
Yeah, or like if Missouri made L.A. corn their state vegetable.
I love LA corn. If you're British, fuck you.
Go fuck yourself. Oh, I'm British. No, we can't do that voice because the TikTok I posted where we were doing those voices got the fewest views.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
We'll cut that out.
people didn't like those.
Yeah.
Yeah, follow us on TikTok, Veggie Talk podcast. We're going to be doing a lot of fun dances.
Do the orangutan?
Doing the orangutan.
Oh.
What's the orangutan look like?
Well, I'm going to save it for the TikTok. So if you want to see that content,
Nice little
you gotta follow
teaser.
us
I
on-
like how you're thinking about this.
Yeah, I'm all about view counts.
We're going to be doing some sexually suggestive jokes sometimes, maybe.
Well, we're keeping it family
Like,
friendly.
like-
like if your kids watch it, they'll laugh. But if you're the adult watching, you're like, oh.
Like, check it out. Check it out. Hey, so ask me. Be like,
I don't want to do this.
have
No, I don't want to do this. No, I don't want
ask me if I've ever
I don't think it's appropriate.
if I've ever eaten at Five Guys.
I don't think this is appropriate.
Ask
for the
me.
podcast.
Ask me if I've ever eaten at Five Guys.
Have you ever eaten at Five Guys?
No, but I've had Five Guys.
That's pretty funny.
So we're gonna be that. I stole that joke.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
I have to blow my nose.
Oh man, do I have to
Entertain.
do I have to stall? You look sweaty. It's probably just from the outfit.
This is gonna be the first death of our podcast, where apparently I discover I'm allergic. I'm itchy too. Where I'm allergic to Brussels sprouts, and I just die.
I love that it's the fourth special.
Yeah.
It's also Jesse's farewell. And then next episode, your recast.
Yeah, we're gonna do that like what they did on Blue's Clues, where it was like Steve is going to college, or where is Steve? I don't remember what they did when Steve left.
I think it was to college.
Yeah, so it's like Jesse's going to college, and then we're gonna have to find,
Just going back to college.
and then we'll do a big like replacement show where we'll have tryouts, and we'll have like.
Let me get that for you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So if you want to replace me on the
Kinda
next
greasy.
episode, the next edition of Podcast Day, Veggie Talk
Send in
Podcast,
your reel.
at Veggie Talk.
We already plugged it. We can't do the same bit every time.
I have to replace both of us. We just have a blank chair podcast. Just no, it's 50 minutes of just chairs. Sometimes Simon
It's
bumps
just
into
the
something.
vegetables set up.
Vegetable ASMR.
Do you think if we stare at each other enough, we'll fall in love? Isn't soul gazing? Isn't that thing?
Yeah,
I don't know which eye to look at.
that's the thing. I'm not just gonna stare into the bridge of your nose.
I am doing that now.
I think you're supposed to ask each other like the 30 questions to fall in love, right? There's like a BuzzFeed thing
Should we do that?
where it's like, what's your favorite Wes Anderson movie? What's your least favorite race of people? And then, like, if your answers are the same, you're like, oh, we're in love.
A kiss. We could get really close and do that. Read one question aloud to your partner, then both of you answer. Swap roles for the next question. Answering all 36 questions should take around 1 hour, but time isn't important. We'll speed run love. If you could invite anyone in the world to dinner, who would it be?
Mr. Ed,
Mr. Ed.
the horse.
That's my answer too. We're speed running.
Oh, wait, are we trading off asking them?
Yeah.
Would you like to be famous in what way?
Porn star would be fun. Jesse, answer.
Construction worker.
A famous construction. Before making a telephone call, do you ever rehearse what you're going to say? Why?
Yeah,
Why?
I'm scared.
Yeah, same here. A little nervous. I feel the love already.
What would constitute a perfect day for you?
Probably wrapping up a nice shoot at my new porn job and coming home to some fresh baked.
Wrapping up a
Brussels
shoot at
sprouts.
my podcast. Go.
What would constitute a perfect day for you?
Next one.
God, this is run ending. When did you last sing to yourself? To someone else?
Like during this podcast, I think.
Yeah, I
right?
was singing like.
Yeah. Okay, next
when
one.
you
That
left.
one's fucking stupid. Oh God, it's long. If you were able to live to the age of 90 and retain either the mind or body of a 30-year-old for the last 60 years of your life, which would you want? So mind or body of a 30-year-old for 60 extra years.
30. Well, fuck, I'm only 26 this year. My body's still doing fine. So in the next 4 years, is it going to go to shit? I'm probably going to, like,
Body. I'm
Body
going
would be fun, yeah. Because
my dad's old and he's still sharp. I don't think I'm.
It just can't be fun to be mushy. I'd rather
Yeah.
like be crazy and
Yeah,
like, be able to be
because
crazy.
nothing's scarier than a really strong old person who's crazy.
Do you have a secret hunch about how you will die?
I have an actual hunch in my back.
Yeah, I don't know. This one's stupid.
Name 3 things you and your partner appear to have in common. Well, let's height. Get that out of there.
We're both on a podcast.
We're both on a podcast. We both have the same landlord.
We grew up together.
We both have mustaches right now.
We've never seen each other's wieners.
never seen each other's wieners or balls.
Or balls, but probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, but nothing else.
Yeah.
That's about it. That's where we kind of...
Okay, next one.
like, well, I like
Oh, is
talking
it mine?
about
Is it
you.
mine? Is it yours?
I don't know. For what in your life do you feel most grateful? That I've never seen your dick.
I am, a little grateful for that. Oh,
You just skipped it.
take...
I don't want to do all 36.
We don't have to. Take 4 minutes and tell your partner your life story in as much detail as possible.
I don't think we need to do that
I don't
one.
think we need to do that one. If you could wake up tomorrow having gained any one quality or ability, what would it be?
Oh, wait, hold on. So it's kind of like, what superpower would you want? That's how I'm
Essentially,
taking it?
quality or ability.
Ability, like to be able to teleport would be pretty
I'd
cool.
like to be teeming with glucosinolate secondary metabolites because, in my experience, commuting in LA, you get chewed on a lot. Walking
But
down.
that's just going to make you tastier.
No, it's gonna work.
I don't know about that.
It's giving me an allergic reaction.
Look at what all of history has told us.
Yeah.
It's going to make you delectable.
It's gonna I'm gonna get
delectable.
commodified and sold.
Because
to
you're already a
children.
sweaty guy, so you produce a lot of salt.
Yeah.
And so you're just pre-salting, and you got all this other seasoning that's going to make you good.
I'm a barbecue.
I'm going to want to see your dick after
I'm a
this.
skewer walking down the big glucosinolate's gonna sell me to children.
If a crystal ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, the future, or anything else, what would you want to know?
How are you doing this?
What is this, 5G?
Because if a crystal ball is telling you your future, like, okay, I guess God is real, magic is real, there is an afterlife. All my questions are answered by the fact that it can tell me these things.
I want to know if Jesus really had Brussels sprouts in his pockets.
I want to know if he had if he had like a big dick. Cut that. Go.
It's your turn.
Is there something that you've dreamed of doing for a long time? Why haven't you done it? I don't like that one. That makes me sad.
Yeah, because then it's like we wasted our
Yeah,
lives.
it's like we're slowly
We're sitting
fading
here
away.
in Los Angeles
California.
with our living room retrofitted to talk
Yeah.
about vegetables to an audience of collectively like 12 people.
We're talking about Brussels sprouts today.
Ski.
I'd love to learn to ski.
It just doesn't snow enough.
It's dangerous. I'm scared of it.
Well, any type of movement is dangerous.
Yeah, but skiing is like...
Old people fall all the time.
Yeah, but they're not stapling chopsticks to their feet and riding down a mountain.
Skiing, it's less dangerous than snowboarding, though, right?
Yeah, but if you're bad at it, I think it's pretty
Did we
dangerous.
fall in love?
Let's ask the viewers.
Can we run a poll?
Once I figure out how to do that, yeah.
Okay.
Comment down below if you think we're in love. Now. Comment now. What are you doing? What are you doing? Go! Go comment! I guess we're in love. That's usually how my kisses go. This has been a pretty good 4th episode.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun celebrating. It's been a blast to. Should you be doing that? Well, anyway, I've had a lot of fun today. I've learned a lot.
I've been
about
having it's a great.
Brussels
I'm glad
sprouts.
that we reached our 4th episode.
We got a lot more to come. Thanks everybody for watching and being along this journey with us. It's been a blast. Jesse and I have had a great time together. So once again, thanks for watching and thanks for being along with us on this journey. Veggie Talk out. Can we get a guy in here? Can we get it? Shit. Okay, fuck. Hold on. Jesse, we got the footage. It'll be okay.